am itching to say it. It is when you want to apply for transcript from a public university in Nigeria. That's when all your village people will come out for you. If you attended a private university in Nigeria, I'm not talking to you. You people are rich kids. The kind of premium shaggy I saw applying for transcript, I don't wish it on anybody. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much guys for the love and engagement on my previous videos. Thank you for liking, for subscribing to the channel, for all your comments. I received your DMs. For the past 2 weeks I haven't been here. Me and the boys were ill. It was back to school. It's been busy, school, work and everything. But today I thought, yeah, let me just take some time out and record these videos. Yeah, so if you're new here, my name is Mariam. I live in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. I make videos about navigating life as an international student in Canada. So today's video, it's like a story time type of video. I'm going to talk about our migration story from when it started. This is one of the most requested videos on this channel so far, how I was able to apply to come to Canada with my family as an international student. Yeah, so if you're new here, sorry, I haven't introduced myself. If you're new here, my name is Mariam. Did I say that before? I'm not sure. So disclaimer, I'm not an immigration consultant and I do not portray myself to be one. Whatever you hear on this video is my experience, what I did, what the steps we went through, the application process and all that. So do your own research. Go on the IRCC website, Google, like do your own research. Don't take everything I say as law. Things might have changed. We arrived 4 or 5 months ago, so there might be a little changes here and there. So I just needed to put out this out there. I don't want wahala, I just did reach Canada. Anyway, so let's get right into it, right? Set the plans for relocating to Canada in August 2019. That was when the thought of relocating to Canada first began. Then we didn't know too many people that had relocated to Canada from Nigeria via the Express Entry program. So I only knew one person, my friend Marina in Saskatchewan. Yeah, so of course I will call her, I will spend time on the phone, and she would provide as many information as she could. Then I took time, we took our own time, researched about it, the Express Entry, the Provincial Nomination Program. Before I continue, I have a note here, so I'm looking down, it means I'm trying to read to remember everything I've written down so that I can speak about it. So yeah. So I took 2 weeks. I dedicated 2 weeks out of my time. I dedicated 2 weeks and researched about the whole Express Entry program, the provincial nomination program, just different things. I spent a lot of time on the internet reading about different provinces, what we needed to do, the steps we needed to take. That was in August 2019, right? So we agreed, we prayed about it. We're Christians, by the way, and I'm not ashamed to say that. We prayed about it, handed it over to God and asked that He blesses it if it is will. And we started the process, right? And one of the first things we needed to do was to get our credentials evaluated by the World Education Service, the World Evaluation Service, WES, World Education Service. Yeah, we needed to do that. So yes, the hunt for our transcripts from our Nigerian universities started. Prior to that time, prior to August 2019, I had applied for a master's degree in one of the Nigerian universities in Abuja, and my transcript came quite quickly, like it was 1 month, and I was so excited. I'm like, things have changed. So I think the company, my university hired like an external company to like compute everybody's transcripts, and so everything was on the system, right? So it took 1 month and the university received it and they sent me a message that they got my transcript. I was offered the admission, but I didn't proceed with that. All that story for another day. So when it was time for to apply for WES and transcript and all that, I was like, yeah, it's not going to take too long. I was so excited that I was going to get it in no time, that my transcript was going to come in no time. I was just telling my husband, don't worry, I think it's your own school that will take time. Like my 1 month, I'll get it. Nobody prepared me for the journey ahead. Nothing prepared me for the amount of time I had to wait to get my transcript. Ah, every time I talk about it, like I still get trauma. See, my eyes are turning red. I suffered. I'm like, it is when you want your transcript. You know, when you're trying to prepare, like to move forward in life. All your village people, I mean, village people from Nigerian universities. I don't even know which one it is. That is when they will come out for you. Ah, see, if you went to Nigerian private universities, I don't think you understand what I'm going to. You guys are rich kids. I went to a public university in Nigeria. It took me months, money spent, calling people. Like, you know, in Nigeria, basically, you have to know somebody that knows somebody in a lot of public places for things to move on. Like, now everybody knows that one. So that's how I applied for transcript in September. We waited September, October. I kept calling. I told my younger ones to go to the school, go to the department, go to the records unit, like what's happening, no message. I paid. Of course, calls. They said they needed something. I will pay for that one. It took time. August till December 2019, nothing happened. When did COVID happen? 2020, yeah. Nothing happened. Calls. My mom would go to the school as well. God bless her for me. She would call. She called everybody she knew, like relatives that were working there. Everybody, like, what's going on, you know? And nothing happened. Hey, it took 1 year for me to get my transcript. In fact, me and my husband, 1 year. So COVID happened August to December. Nothing happened, and then COVID happened in February. Everything shut down, and then when things started opening up around June or thereabouts, we started again and again. I had to call. In fact, I had to speak to like the professor, the alumni professor, somebody, someone, like I had to know somebody that knew somebody before I could get my transcript. I got my transcript in October. 1 year and 2 months later, that's when I got my transcript from Nigerian University. So that entire 1 year was spent chasing our transcripts. Like, it was traumatic. It was a lot of stress, and then I got pregnant with our second son. I even thought of the fact that I thought of traveling down to the university, but the fact that I was pregnant and then the risk of COVID as a pregnant woman was higher. So I just had to rely on people's help. And I paid a lot of money. Something that would have cost like 30K. I paid over 150K to get my transcript because the story is long. I don't want my husband's own is another story. The first time they sent his transcript, the DHL or whatever, Nigerian Immigration Service apprehended it. Said the person that sent the transcript, his name is on the wanted list. I'm like, what is all this? So Canadian immigration will teach you patience, like a million years of patience. If you're not resilient, I think things might be a little better now, but with the express entry, I don't know. But I know the scores are higher. But the process of even getting into the express entry pool, your transcript, your WES doesn't take long. Once they get your transcript, it's like fast, you know. We used West Canada. There's West United States as well, but we use West Canada since we were coming to Canada. So that was that. Like, immigration teaches you patience, especially Canadian immigration. So that, like, the maximum premium shaggy for transcript alone took 1 year. Finally, we got our transcript, and then we had to apply to WES. I think WES was like 70K when you converted the Canadian dollar equivalent to naira. It was like 70,000 naira then. So me and my husband paid 70K. We did our WES evaluation. It both came out in October, and then we started preparing for IELTS. Yeah, so the whole transcript thing took 1 year. And then we took some time to prepare for IELTS. I had my baby in September. I decided to enroll for IELTS tutoring so that I would have like accountability partners, people to study with, because I just had a baby. I allowed him when he was 2 months. I enrolled in an IELTS tutoring organization in Abuja. I did a 4 week course. Yeah, I was going like I think every day or 3 times a week for 4 weeks. Then I wrote IELTS in January. My husband also wrote at the end of January 2021. So we started 2019, right? 1 year you used for transcript. We wrote IELTS in January 2021. In March or April, we entered into the pool. Our scores were around 430 or so because of age. Then after COVID, right, the IELTS scores have started to go up. So we're at 430 or 435, so we didn't meet the cutoff point, even though we had like family in another part of Canada. So, but we had extra 15%, 15 marks. But the scores are already at 440, 440 something, 450. What am I saying 440 something? Maybe like 460. You're doing 460s, 470s then. So we started exploring other PMP programs. We applied to Saskatchewan, we applied to New Brunswick, we attended some online job fairs as well. We applied to Alberta. So different, we're just trying different things. Like you cannot just every time with the immigration process, right? You need to always like go back to the drawing table, look for the next thing you're eligible for. It might not be the express entry, it might be the provincial nomination. And then we did all that 2021 up till like the end of 2021. Yeah, 2021. Yes, we did that 2021. Yeah, so we just kept trying. We're in the pool, tried different options, and nothing was forthcoming. Our scores weren't enough for the express entry um, express entry program. So yeah, so at the end of 2021 into 2022, we decided to go back to the drawing table. Like we had a change of plans. Like okay, we've done almost 2 years on this thing, and we've not gotten a nomination. What is the next thing we can do? So we tried express entry, we tried provincial nomination, we tried to look for jobs. Like you just have to be determined. If it's something you really want, like the Canadian immigration, you have to try different things. You have to legally, not like go through the back door. Just keep trying. Maybe if you're not eligible for express entry, you might be eligible for provincial nomination. You might even get an employer that will give you LMIA, like an employer that can employ you and sponsor you to come. You just keep trying. So towards the end of 2021, we thought about the fact that yes, I've always wanted to study abroad for my master's degree. This is my first master's degree, and this is a good opportunity. I even started an online master's degree with one UK university, but it wasn't working. As the naira kept dropping, the pounds equivalent was increasing, so it was expensive, and I didn't like the fact that I was studying online. Like I'm not very good with online. I prefer like physical classes. I didn't like the fact I was studying online, and I don't think I was getting enough value for the amount of money I was paying. I only did one semester and then I left it. So we thought about the fact that that I wanted to study for a master's degree. Why don't we try the education route, the study route to Canada? That between when we got into the express entry pool and uh, when we decided to go for the study route. My husband even went for French classes. He enrolled in French classes to try to boost our scores because at a point they said French was giving 50 marks. He did French for a few months, and when it wasn't working, the command server did not work. As we spent money, I think those French classes, when we totaled the amount for the month he did, it was like 150K. It was online. It was online French classes he was doing. It didn't work. That was when we were like, I beg, let's look for another route to explore. Although the study route is expensive, but it seemed this is what worked for us. So the express entry might work for other people. Getting a job might work for other people, but we tried French. It didn't work. The French did not reach the level for where will give us express entry nomination. So we had to do something else. Yeah, so that was when our journey via the study route began.